Cold fusion. This is a hypothesized nuclear fusion at room temperature levels instead of hot fusion that refers to stars pressurizing at millions of degrees. The first time and only time someone said that they got it was the Fleischmann-Pons experiment. Fleischmann-Pons experiment was when two professors, Martin Fleischmann of the University of Southampton and Stanley Pons of the University of Utah, hypothesized that they could create cold fusion in a really complicated way, where if I tried to explain it, this video would go on for at least an hour. So here's the Cliff Notes version. Basically, they were trying to take a high compression ratio mobility of deuterium, isotope of hydrogen that could be achieved within palladium metal using electrolysis might result in nuclear fusion. After they tried a bunch of experiments, the two professors applied to the United States Department of Energy for a grant of money to experiment more. The grant proposal was turned over to peer review, which is when they met Stephen Jones of BYU, who worked on a couple of books about cold fusion. He decided to join them and try to get their experiments published. This is where the real fun begins. They decided to publish their results to Nature via FedEx, and the U of U was pressuring them to have a priority on the discovery because that was where all the experiments were being held. They ended up breaking their agreement by publishing their work to the Journal of Electroanalytical Chemistry and disclosed their work via press release. The U of U made a big mistake wanting to claim priority over their work, because after the press release was not well enough trained in the nuclear fusion field, their work got published, but how they ended up creating cold fusion was never published. The steps they took to get cold fusion, that is. So a bunch of scientists were trying to recreate it, and they couldn't. These scientists were trying to publish their findings on cold fusion to Nature, but Nature declined to accept them due to the works that ended up showing negative results compared to the Fleischmann and Pons result. What eventually happened was the U of U asked for $20 million to pursue research, and then they totally just blew all that money on cold fusion, which ended up not working out because it doesn't exist. And Pons worked with Toyota after that, spent 10 million euro to try to get cold fusion to work with cars, and then after that he just sort of disappeared. He didn't write any articles, he didn't write anything about it. While Fleischmann, he's still giving talks about it and publishing articles. Someone ended up proving them wrong by showing that they put their thermometer in the wrong place, which is why no scientist should ever recreate this, or they couldn't for that matter. Moral of the story, don't publish to the public before you get a peer review from a scientist specializing in that area.